YouTube. How are you? Friendly neighborhood crustacean swimming over to you. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Oh, so, if you guys like the lighting, this is just natural lighting. Probably 6-8 months ago, I was doing some research on how to, like, do these videos better, and they were like, use natural lighting, and I was like, huh, well, that makes a lot of sense. But it just, you don't think about it, so. But, yeah. So, today I figured, I don't have any research thing. I know I'm so bad. I need to get on the ball more. One reason I haven't been on the ball more is because, that's a ball more. No, I haven't been on the ball more because I've been in a lot more pain recently and had a lot more muscle stiffness and cramping and neuropathic pain. And actually, it's kind of funny. It's been ever since the sorry, my arm was getting tired. Since the eclipse happened on Friday, a little bit before, but really, that's too much. Before that, it was some. But anyway, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I really don't know. If you guys have any ideas. And so, the doctors gave me a diagnosis of neuropathic myopathy. And I'm going to make a video about it in detail, but just briefly, neuropathic means nerve, myopathy means muscle, so there's a problem with my nerves and my muscles in my legs, at least. Well, anyway, I was doing some research on it yesterday, and what the research said was that it depends on what kind you have, it depends on all kinds of things, but it may not get better. Like, it may not be, hallelujah, I'm cured. It may not do that. It may actually get worse and get to a point that I'm going to end up in a wheelchair. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk to my doctors about that. I looked at multiple sources and they all kind of said the same thing. So I've got things in the works to do that. But, sorry, I have a flag outside. It's actually a Trump flag, my kind of father-in-law's, and the reflection, like, the motion was reflected on this wall back here, and I was like, squirrel, what is that? So, it really got to me, and I started crying and everything, because I have worked so hard not to end up in a stinking wheelchair. I mean, I just didn't want that to be part of my reality. I'm not trying to judge anybody or anything like that. I just didn't want that for me. I want to be able to do things and be part of things and walk and run and all of that. And so I sorry, brain fart. So I was really getting to me, and I started crying and everything, and so I've been kind of fighting with some, I guess maybe I call it being overwhelmed. Maybe it is active depression. I'm not sure. Some of it maybe is. But anyway, so I was thinking of a few things that I do to like encourage myself. And maybe maybe you're watching this and you're going through a hard time too, and you're like, I really could use some encouragement myself, crustacean. I'm sorry, my arm is getting so tired. I'm going to try to find a spot to put you down, camera. So, hang on, make it a little bumpy. Alright, is that better? That's probably better. But anyway, these are kind of more live videos. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, I don't post them live because I don't have that capability, but I don't edit them a whole lot. So, yeah, that's why there may be some, like, why are you going to hack the camera so much and leave it in there? But anyway, a few things I do to help encourage myself. First of all, I set a time for how long I am going to be upset. Like, adamantly upset. I still might have some hurt feelings. I still might have some, some feels about the situation. By the time I'm going to sit there and I'm going to feel sorry for myself, or I'm going to cry, or I'm going to, whatever, I set a time. Okay, I'm like 10 minutes. That's it. That's it. And then my phone's like, you're low on battery. I know, phone, hang on. So I do that. I set a time. It doesn't necessarily have to be 10 minutes. It can, for you, it could be whatever you personally need. But I'd set a time. And the reason I set a time is so I can say, okay, now I take a time to actually, like, quote unquote, mourn the situation. And then I'm like, all right, now, after that's passed, what am I going to do about it? Excuse me. What is my game plan? How am I going to tackle this? What can I do to make it better? What am I doing that makes it worse? I sit there and analyze it. Two, I find somebody in my circle that I can talk to, whether that's my mom, my dad, my brother, my significant other, that all rhymed. Now, friends on Facebook, whoever. I find somebody to talk to about it. And sometimes I don't even want to talk about the actual problem. I just want to talk about anything and everything else to redirect my thinking, get that kind of emotional cloud out so I can figure out what to do next. Then 3, I sit there and I'm like, all right, this is a problem. It's happened. I'm upset about it. I'm sad about it. I'm whatever about it. How are we going? What do we do from here? And maybe that goes back to analyzing it and making a game plan. But I mean, it's more in the fact of, I'm like, all right, what does that mean for me? What does that mean for me? And then I'll sit there and I'll think about, all right, yes, I have this problem. Yes, this happened. This person passed away. This, whatever, whatever it is, yes, this happened and it hurts. But I'll sit there and think about all the things I have in my life that are great. Like, I have an awesome boyfriend. I have an awesome mom. I have awesome in-laws, boyfriend in-laws. I have a warm place to stay. I think of all my blessings. I pretty much way of counting your blessings. And then, you know what? I think about, hey, you can do this. You can handle this. You can live with this. It'll be all right. It will be all right, Christina. It will be all right, Christation. You will be all right. I just keep telling myself, you will be okay. You will be okay. And then, so that's kind of what I do. I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not anything like that. These are just some things that have worked for me. And, because I'm a Christian and I'm a believer, I don't really like to say Christian because that means follower, like Christ, and I'm a long ways from that. But I'm a follower of Christ, or a believer. So, I go to the Bible and I go to people that I know have a biblical foundation, and I get a perspective from there. And and that's just kind of these things that I do. One verse I go to, it says, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. All things are possible with those who believe. My life, we call it life verse, or verse that I hold very precious to me, is Jeremiah 33, 3, and it says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to help you and plans not to hurt you, and to give you an expected end. I might be mispronouncing, getting a couple versions mixed up, but that's pretty much the crux of it. He just says in there, hey, I know what's going on, and just trust me that it will be okay. And sometimes that's been very difficult, to just trust. Trust is something that's very difficult to give. Even when you believe in God, it is something that's very difficult to say, this is a sucky situation, Lord. I don't know what to think about it. what do I do? You know, where are you in this? He says, trust me. It's hard. It gets hard sometimes. But like I said, so I hope, you know, you guys, whoever's watching this, finds this encouraging. You know, just remember, whatever you're going through, whatever's happened in your life, one, it will pass. Things pass on. The sun will come up tomorrow. You know, spring will come, summer will come. It'll get better. It will get better. To find somebody that you can talk to about it, whether it's a therapist, a pastor, or somebody like that, a friend, you know, find somebody that you can talk to deal with it, and just try to think about what good you have in your life. Even if you're like, wait a minute, Christian, I don't have anything in my life. Well, if you're watching this video, you had some access to the internet. Now, if you live indoors, you know, just this very, very simple things. And sometimes that can readjust your perspective. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.